So about a month ago, I saw a fairly interesting post on the R calculators subreddit discussing an issue someone had doing an equation on an HP12C, and it has a couple of divisions in it, so I thought it might be kind of fun to do on the Friden STW10, because there's a kind of a bit of a trick to doing something like that without pen and paper to take notes. So let's quickly clear it up. This one's always so sticky. And just like the square root video, we'll look at a couple of different interface toggles to get set up. So we'll be using the add lever down. This means that addition and subtraction operations will only happen once per button push, and it'll clear the keyboard entries between operations, which isn't a big deal this time because we're using a lot of different numbers instead of repeating numbers. We'll also be using non-entry so that we won't be adding to the lower register. That'll just prevent us from having to clear quite as many times. The other thing we're going to take advantage of is that we can see here, if we do a quick entry, the multiplication clear and the carrier clear are independent. So if we clear the multiplication, it doesn't clear the carrier. And then up here, with all of these toggled up, nothing clears out of the carrier. When we toggle this one down, anything on the upper register to the left of the white arrow, in this case the 9, will clear. When we toggle this one down, anything to the right on the upper register will clear, and then this one for the lower register. So looking at the equation, the first thing we need to do is multiply 44 by 5.83, and that'll be 2 decimal places. And now we have that result that we're going to isolate so it doesn't clear out. We need to enter our first dividend, which is a 9. We have to enter it here so that when we go to enter this result, we can enter the 256 starting from the 10th column. So now we have it here. Sorry, the decimal place was here. And then we have 256.52. In the upper register, we have the decimal point at the 16th position. Down here, we have 7 columns to the right of the decimal. So it's 16 minus 7 is 9. So that'll be our decimal point for the result. Now we can clear out that result and do the division. So now we have a result plus a bit of a remainder. So our next operation is another division, and we'll have to store this number someplace. That's where we're going to use the multiplication section. So the lower register is 11 digits. Multiplication section is only 10. In this case, it's not a big deal because we just trim a 0 off the top. And then we set our decimal position there. We can clear the register or clear the carrier. And then our next division is 1 divided by 45. Just like last time, our 1's digit will be here so that we can put our 10's column here for the next entry. So And same thing again. Our decimal's in the 17th position. Now we have our decimal in the 8th position here. So 17 minus 8 is still 9. We enter 45 here and divide. And we have our result in the lower register. We'll isolate that, clear out the top register from the remainder, and then copy this number down. So, and then we'll add it to the top register. Then we'll copy this number over. And then we'll add that to the top register as well. And then the last thing we need to do is add a 1. And then we can clear out this number. And we'll have to copy down this result onto the keyboard. And then we can lock that in there. We'll clear out the multiplication. And this is everything that was in the brackets of the equation. And our final operation is multiplying by 2.42. Decimal place in the second position. Our result will be 9 decimal points plus 2 more because it's multiplication. And the other thing we can see is the equation in the original post has accuracy to the 6th decimal place, so I'm just going to use this one there here to note what we're looking for in our final result. And then we should be good. And then we can see it there, 2.558683. And then we can just clear up the machine.